Good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for April the 10th, 2023. I am Mom, and I'm all by myself and not even don't even have Discord going there. Hang on a second. There we go. We're in that. And wow, my phone doesn't even love me today. Let's see if we can make that work there. No. Let's see if we can make that work. Okay, well, maybe that'll work. Maybe that won't work. Let's give it a shot here. Let's go into that and see if this works. Okay, well, at least I can see the chat, which is really all that matters. I'm not sure why I don't have an image, but I don't have an image. But hi, everybody. I'm back, kinda, sorta. Me and the Fifi are back in the Lokis around here someplace, but yes, we now have a Fifi running with us. Everybody's off doing stuff tonight, so it's probably just me, and for that reason we're going to do a little Gamma Quadrant skirmishes. And I was thinking, a lot of people are telling me that they're trying to finish up episodes. So if you are like me and totally OCD about being a completionist, and you have an episode that you haven't done because it's boring, God, there's a few of those, it's long, or whatever, let me know and let's do it. Get it done. Game plan is I will be on tomorrow afternoon up until we start with 10 forward, and then I will go back to doing stuff because I currently have to clean up a house, an apartment, find a new apartment, maybe find a new house, though that won't happen in time for right now, but for next year. So lots on the mom plate these days, but I hope you guys are all doing good. For those of you who have been out there for me, thank you. Appreciate it. Last week was sucktastic. Understatement of the century. But it was quieter. I have both dogs here. And of course they're not used to being in an apartment, so every time anything happens it's and they both try and go flying through the doorway. It's going to take them a while to adjust, or maybe we just all move back to Chicago. We will see. So if you're there and you're listening, thank you very much for joining me. So far it looks like it's just me. That's okay. I'm still curious why I can't get this to work on my phone. Never had this much of a problem with Twitch on my phone. So let's see if that'll stop. Let's get out of there. I love it. I can't even stop it. It's just cycling through, mindlessly going from one state to another. Let's see if it just doesn't like that. Oh, that's interesting. It is on my Wi-Fi. Okay, it's not like I can plug that in or anything. And I take it off my Wi-Fi and it still doesn't work. Oh, joy. Oh, well, at least I can see you guys if you're in chat. Anyway, so speaking of being a completionist, I have been going through my tunes over the past few weeks. Let's move that over to here. I can see what's going on the past week or so. So I do wake up in the middle of the night and realize I don't have anything to do. Can't sleep. I'm having problems with that. So I'll get up and I'll go and finish up an episode or 2 episodes or 20 episodes, whatever there is. So I'm finally getting a lot of these tunes to get all the way through the entire Terran Gambit. So now I've got, I think, 4 or 5 of my tunes all the way through everything. But then I've got a bunch of tunes that haven't done any episodes yet. So let's see what we've got here. These guys, I think, are all the way through. Let's see what Kethva's up to these days. Ah, yes. I think I'll go over here. You guys can have fun. Alright. No, go away. Really, just go away. Here. That, and we'll do that, and that should take care of all of you guys. And I'll just get out of your way. There we go. Woo! Oh, omega particles, where am I? Oh, okay. Well, what the heck, I can go get a dinosaur. I'm not above dinosaur hunting when it's dinos for free. I mean, everybody loves dinos. Oops, nope, 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 nobody, nope, nope, nope. Turn too soon. Well, thank you, Melly Marty. And I'll get back to that in just a moment. Wow, this is the last one. Man. With everybody hanging out in the Voth zone for reasons. Good reasons, but reasons. The dinos die real fast.
All 3 silos are under Allied control. Excellent work. The Fog Fortress has engaged transporters. Troops inbound.
And for those of you who aren't aware of it, which probably isn't many of you because I haven't been exactly shy about sharing the news, my husband passed away last Sunday, a week ago yesterday. This was not news. This wasn't something we hadn't known was going to happen. It still sucks. So for everyone out there who's going through a loss, I'm sorry for you. I truly am. Unlike a lot of people, though, I have had so much support from you guys. I mean, people have called me at home. How everybody got my number, I don't know. Messages in-game, messages on my personal email, Discord, WhatsApp, everything. A few of you even offered to come to the visitation and funeral, which, well, I truly appreciated. It was a neat trick because we didn't have a visitation or a funeral. But because of the nature of the hubs, we are going to have what the funeral director described as a kick-ass party this summer. So if you're going to be in Chicago this summer, let me know, and we will invite you to the party. And, we can talk Trek, we can talk stuff. We can just enjoy ourselves for a couple hours. Thank you, Satalia. Oh, Satalia, somebody at work had the worst pun, and I'm sorry, I can't remember it. I will have to find it and send it to you. But it was really bad, and as soon as they told it to me, I'm like, oh, Satalia would love that one. So, yeah, again, I was married for 40 years, and the weird thing is, even though I'd been living a couple hundred miles away from him, courtesy of work, for the last 3 years, at the end of the day, it's like, oh my God, there was a tornado down the street. I got to go tell him. Oh, yeah, no, I can't go tell him about it. Okay. That's the weird part. I can tell the dogs, but, they're just not the conversationalists that my husband was. But life goes on. And at least I've got the advantage of my son lives literally around the corner from me when I'm in Indy. My brother-in-law lives literally in the backyard from me back in Chicago. So I've got family around. And then I've got my martial arts family. And I've got my Star Trek Online family. And weirdly enough, apparently I've got friends too. I mean, I put it on Facebook and it's just like people I hadn't talked to in 30 years were like, oh my gosh, was he still doing certain things that he loved to do when he was a teenager? And I'm like, I had forgotten all about that stuff. So it was very interesting. But the hard part, the truly hard part is, oh my God, the man collected stuff. I have a garage full of stuff. I have an office full of stuff. He was building a new computer up until about 6 months before he passed. So there's all these computer parts every place. I have furniture that he got from his mother. I have no idea why he got this furniture from his mother. It's very much his mother's furniture. And it's all just like maybe somebody will come in and just steal it all. It's my living room stuff, my family room stuff, my dining room stuff, my kitchen stuff, furniture up in my bedroom, bookcases, shelves. By the time it's all gone, my house will be naked and clean for the first time in 10 years. I'm kind of looking forward to that part, and then I'm going to sell the house and move someplace where it's just, 2 pieces of furniture, me and the doggos will, what is that? Spartan. A Spartan lifestyle. Oh, please do, Satalia. I'll give you the address. Just come and take it. My mother-in-law had money, and she bought expensive stuff. Do not confuse or conflate expensive with attractive. Those two do not go together. And of course, I'm not going to make myself not involved in this. I have crap in that house too. So yeah, consignment people, come see it. People, if you want to come flip my house and give me a decent buck for it, it's up. And then I can run away. As long as I've got my computer connection, my good computer, I'm a happy girl. And my dogs, excuse me. The dogs are looking at me, but us, Mom? What about us? So I thought I'd give this a try tonight, and believe me, this is challenging because I'm back in Indy in an apartment that I have to clean out, and I have 2 weeks to decide if I'm going to keep the apartment or find another place because my lease is up in 8 weeks, no, 10 weeks. So you have to announce 2 months before the lease is up if you're going to stay or move on. Challenging question. I mean, it's a very nice apartment, but with having the house, 2 cars, the house, and a whole bunch of stuff, there's a lot of money that's just going to fly out the door every month. So it's like, I don't need 2 cars. I don't need the insurance on 2 cars. I don't need a house and an apartment. And technically a second house up here. But I can't move into the house that I rented because I have the dogs now, which I wasn't planning on having, blah, 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 blah. It's always something, everyone. It's always something. So who would like to join me for a little Gamma Quadrant Skirmishes? Okay, that sounds exciting. Let me shrink that down there so I can see if anyone's in chat. Nobody's in chat today, except the wonderful Satalia. So after my husband, when he was still quite sick and I knew he wasn't coming back to the house, we've always had the TV in our bedroom perched on top of this old teak cabinet that was broken. And it was wider than, the TV was wider than the cabinet, so I had an old shelf on top of it on which we put the TV. And I would look at it night after night after night and one go, it's not centered on the opening, which drove me nuts. And it was also just this awful old cabinet that was falling apart. So when he was in the hospital, when he was taken to hospice, I went to IKEA and bought myself a bookshelf that was just wide enough to fill the space and hold up the TV, and put all my crafting stuff inside of it and put little drawers in there so it looks nice and finished and polished. And the first part of my furniture as an adult. Let's see, last time I bought furniture for myself, I was 17 years old, so it's been a while. So just yeah, you can take everything except the IKEA stuff. And apparently my dog is terrified of the laundry machine. She's hiding underneath the desk here. So I finally got all of my omega particles processed from slivers into shards, and somehow I miscalculated. I have 2 extra slivers. And it's like, I can't do anything with them till next year. I had done the math, and what it is, I'm sure, is that when I was doing everything, I made the calculations and forgot that you do pick up slivers in addition to picking up the particles. So I think I'm at like 5,500 particles. Is that what I'm at right now? Or shards? As I slowly find them on all the tunes. Should find an interesting tune to go to the Gamma Quadrant. Alright, let's try Gamma Quadrant first. Hold on. It's not Gonkra. What is it? What's the shortcut to the Gamma Quadrant? Is it Gonkra? Let's give that a try. Yeah, I know it's crickets. I know it's crickets. Well, I haven't done this for so long, and here we are. We're like 3 weeks away from going to Philadelphia, which I am completely not ready to go to other than I have room. Hi, Dante. DS9. Well, it's someplace. You know, if you're going to make a Gamma Quadrant, we should have a shortcut to get there. That's Alpha Quadrant. Right, where am I? Oh, I'm way the heck up there. Well, that's no good. Let's see. So I think Home's got a shortcut. Excuse me, is it Home? Storm Clouds Gather. We'll do that one. What if I'm loading the truck and then I find Jimmy Hoffa's body among the stuff? You won't. I promise you that. I'm better at hiding things than that, Satalia. Give me credit, please. Final assault phase. Well, that's not the phase I want. Is there another one that's open here? Let's take a look. Oh, there's lots open. Let's try that one. Oh, wow. Oh, everything's in this. Okay. Well, I don't need the last one. Wonder if they all go into the final phase at the same time. Yep, looks like they're all in the final phase. Okay, I can wait the 2 minutes. Is there a link for Gamma? I mean, this is not my most accomplished tune. Which gets me back into that whole issue with trying to finish up episodes. I know I've done Home. Jaula, pretty much. Klingon Civil War. Looks like a... Oh, God, knowledge is power. Ugh. Oh, that one hurts. Armistice. I have to finish at some point doing a really decent build for doing Tour of the Galaxy. And I know you sent me one, Dante. But actually do it. Now that I have some spare time to do stuff. Perhaps I'll get to it. Okay. I was just thinking, you know, how we've got the shortcuts, like we've got the Alpha Quadrant, the Beta Quadrant, the Delta Quadrant. Do you see a Gamma Quadrant shortcut? No. So as I was saying, I think it would be hysterical if we all take all of our ships and rename them invalid entity name on every ship, so that at some point if a dev comes into the game and they look and realize all of the ships have that name, and they'll be like, but we fixed that. What's going on here? And don't tell them that we did that. I know. I love the Gamma's Quadrant. I love my Jemmy Hadars. Though I'm curious what we're going to see next. Well, yeah, it's one of the glitches. But that's why I'm saying they'll fix the glitch, but we rename everything invalid entity name. And just watch their heads explode. Because I know the devs jump into game every now and then and play, which is fun when you recognize their names and you can just enjoy yourself and have a good time and not give them grief, because, you know, they're allowed to play the game too. I just think that would be mean. Well, somebody just did something. Let's see what that was. The blacksmith is now following. Thank you, the blacksmith. I appreciate that. Hey, you know what? I haven't done this for a while. Where are we at? We have 864 followers. I'm hoping by the end of the year that we have 1,000. There are some wonderful channels out there. We'll never be as big as some of them, But you know, I'd like to get there. Oh, they probably would too, Satalia. But wouldn't that be just mean? It'd be fun, but mean. But DT is getting a real life, so he won't be on as much, and Frost has to reset all of his stuff because he lost everything in his computer and needs to get everything back. So it's just me for the moment. And speaking of that, tomorrow we will be on before 10 forward. And Wednesday I will be on in the evening again. And Thursday I'm going to go home. And Friday I'll be back on. Current game plan is to be in Indianapolis 4 days a week on average and Chicago 3 days a week until I sell the house. And figure out what the heck I'm doing. Unless, of course, I win the lottery. You know? Cross your fingers. Hope that happens at some point. It hasn't happened yet, which is kind of annoying. I keep trying. Alright, give me something here. Where are we going to go? No place. Let's go here first. I will say, if if you need the elite marks from Gamma Quadrant, or from Gamma, doing these 3 is great, but on that last one, you can play it over and over and over and over and over until it finally clears up. I think it's a 15-minute cycle. And you can really make some marks. If you've got a decent team, you can just slam through that. Hey, if I win the lottery, we're all getting a bunch of stove ships. Well, good evening, blacksmith. All right, I am there. Let's enter that one. Well, I did win $2 in the lottery this week, which paid for my $2 ticket. I don't play it ridiculously, but I figure, you know, it hasn't been a good couple of years for good luck, so maybe I'm next up for it.
The Herc are swarming the debris. The Herc.
I think I'm entitled. Did you really? Wow, most I've ever won is like $20. And it's not that hope springs eternal. It's just that, you know, at some point you'd think I'd win it. It doesn't even usually win in my state. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're doing this one. Okay, here they are. Let's go ahead and get them over here. Let's go find another asteroid. Oh no, swarmers, whatever shall I do? Where's the other one? There should be 3 over here. Yeah, go take him down here. I'm not proud. Okay, there's my 3. Oh good, there's only 10% left. By the time I get there, it'll be done. See? Oh, well, I've got 3 bombs left. Yay! Ooh, let's see. So April 1st, I bought Cryptic and released a bunch of ships and other stuff. Yeah, I would love a huge story arc. I was just thinking, what are they going to do for the next story arc? And are they going to go on with the Lita arc that we kind of started? Are we going to keep going with that? Are we going to do something else? I know there are people out there who know all this stuff. Ooh, that one came up fast. Yeah, if I could buy Cryptic and figure out the finances behind it, get us some severely good stories.
A Herc dreadnought is being advised.
And what story arc would we like to see? I won't do any spoilers for Picard, but I don't think that would work into a story arc. I think I know where it's going. I have my guesses. DT disagrees with me.
Be advised.
He's got his own little story arc in his head. So I was thinking next Wednesday, or technically next Thursday morning, do we want to do a last episode of Picard Watch Party? I know we can't watch it together, but I mean, we can watch it together. We can't broadcast the sound. And everybody team up, watch it. Ooh, there's a capital ship right there. Let's get that capital ship. This one. How fast can we melt the hive ship? Very quickly, yeah.
That's one less dreadnought to worry about.
What do you mean I can't leave? It says leave map now. No, you can't leave. Yeah, I was thinking about Aaron yesterday. I forgot why, but he was in my mind for some reason. Way back when. I think it was our second convention. Yeah, second convention. We were directly across the aisle from J.G. Hertzler and Robert O'Reilly, and Aaron was like 3 chairs down from there, so we got to see him a lot. Never met Renee, though.
Long-range sensors have detected.
But I mean, we have Ilea, and she's dead. So maybe we just need to get a good voice actor or 2. Or is that too grisly? Did you really? What was he like? Oh god, yeah, I love Shaw. No spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, but dag nabbit, I like that character. I guess I'll go over here then. I was trying to explain that to my boss. She's just back and she has not been watching Picard. I was like, but there's this wonderful character who is not lovely and adorable and charming and all that other stuff. He is definitely his own character. And her only comment was, do I have to watch season 2 to enjoy season 3? No, it is perfectly fine to have a standalone. Is he really? How sweet. I've definitely got to go. Well, Shaw's a Chicago native, yes. But is the character, the actor who plays him. It's nice to know Chicago will still be around in a few hundred years. Given the current politics there, I have my doubts. But to honor Shaw, we actually did create a fleet just for him, the dipshits from Chicago. My husband loved Warehouse 13. I think I saw one episode. I was never home at night, so it must have been when I was still teaching martial arts and didn't get home before 10 most nights. Bear traps a werewolf's leg? I like it. I've never seen Teen Wolf either. I don't see television. I don't have television right now. I've just got everything set up for streaming. Maybe if I buy a house here, I will actually get television again. So me, in the form of a fleet, or the fleet, this channel, I'm going to be at the DNI Con in Philadelphia, May 4th to the 7th, something like that. And a lot of the people from the various Star Trek series will be there, but I haven't seen the complete list. Of course, the problem is I'm going to be there solo, which means I'm going to be at the table. So if you are streaming, let me know. I will be happy to make a sign and a QR code and all that stuff so people can see your stream and go over and sign up and join you guys too. Oh, there it is. Come, I will shoot you. Leave some for me. Leave some for me. Okay, well, that was easy enough. And back over there to whatever that is, Gamma. So next event will start on Wednesday. Am I right with that? With First Contact. And I think Red Alert is still going on through the 13th. Current event is still running because of the, what did somebody call it? Something gate. I'll have to go look at it. Dante put it in there. Dante, if you're there, what did you call it? But this Wednesday there will be sort of the oopsie thank you for bearing with us thing. And of course somebody's like, yeah, but I already got all that stuff. I don't need that again. Dude, it's free. It's their way of saying I'm sorry. You say thank you very much and you take it. They didn't have to do it. They don't have to give you anything. Yay, that one's done. Huzzah, huzzah. Oh, what, are they giving away a ship or something? I just thought they were giving little tchotchkes out. A missile build. That sounds good. Experimental ship upgrade, yes. So let me jump over here to Dante's email, which I assume was fleet-wide. Patchgate. Thank you. Thank you, Dante. That was a great term for it. Compensation for our patience over Patchgate. We will be receiving a package of an experimental ship upgrade, captain upgrade, and bridge officer upgrade as a thank you. Look for that Wednesday, and I would assume it will be in the promotion tab of the Zen store. Going on with Dante's comment here, reading the Reddit post during the break, I see how this community is as much a therapy as it is just another game. Not having the game at their fingertips was eye-opening. I've come to appreciate the game a little bit more. Personally, this week has been just this huge reminder of how amazing the community is. Like I said, you guys have called me, texted me, sent me emails, messages on Discord, phone calls in real life. I'm still getting phone calls in real life from people. Holy moly, you guys are amazing. But I suppose it's probably time for me to get back to real life now that real life has kind of finished up on all that stuff. So we will get back to working on the Star Trek Online cookbook, which will be the event thing that we're doing for Two Absent Friends this year. Our fundraiser to remember dear Duffy. Which of course now means that I have to start cooking all that stuff to try it out and to take pictures. And the problem is now I'm the only one in the house, which means I have to eat all this stuff too. So if you'd like to volunteer to come eat food, let me know. I will tell you that my hot chocolate recipe is to die for. So that will be the hot chocolate to replace Sonia Gomez's. It was Sonia Gomez, right? Who spilled the hot chocolate on Picard? I had to write a story of why we'd have a recipe for hot chocolate and why it would be this unbelievably good recipe. So my advantages are I get to write fiction along with the cookbook. And then I found some interesting recipes to replace the ga. My son was like, oh, we can just do udon. No. So I found assassin's pasta, which looks like ga. Maybe it tastes like it too. I mean, I like it. It's spicy. And something rice pudding, Idarian rice pudding. We have that recipe. Mappa bread I'm working on. And of course in doing this I'm finding all these wonderful recipes from other cooks and just trying to see how do I turn this recipe into a Star Trek Online recipe? How do I write the story? How do I rewrite the recipe? So that will probably not be out in April because it's, what, April 10th-ish? And the odds of me figuring out all 160 recipes and getting them perfected and into a book and getting all the pictures taken and getting all that organized in the next 3 or 4 days is 0. The good part is there will be an entire section on the alcoholic beverages of Star Trek. And none of this, blue curacao, Sprite, and a shot of lemon juice for Romulan ale. Not happening, guys. And nor is it going to be Everclear and blue curacao. We'll figure it out. We'll come up with something really good. And what's the other one? The Sumerian Sunrise? The Sumerian Sunset? The one that Guinan makes. The layered drink. I found that one. That took a little bit of time. And making it is a pain in the butt. Because I know they say, oh, the drinks have, the different alcohols have different specific gravities and they will float on each other. Maybe. They're not. Maybe they're supposed to, but they're not. Did we do finger guns on one of the books? Yeah, I think the first book that we did, Blacksmith, was up on Neutrino's bridge of his ship, and we had all of our characters up there doing finger guns. That was right after finger guns came out. That's what we need more of. We need more goofy emotes. Do I have this one? No, I do not have that one. What did that come from? So yeah, finger guns I love. Aerobics, accordion, a couple of others. I do not have them all. All right, what shall we do, folks? Who needs to do a mission? Who needs to do an episode? Hey, Mr. Ver, how are you? How are you doing tonight? We just finished up a quick run through Gamma. I'm here. I find that if I keep busy, it's easier than if I stop being busy, because when I stop being busy, then all of a sudden I start thinking, which is a really bad thing to do. And I have so gosh darn much work, but at the same time, if I just constantly keep working, I'm not going to deal with all the stuff in my brain, which I probably need to deal with. It's interesting. I don't normally do things like therapy, but I thought, okay, this is pretty intense. I should get a therapist. And the therapist was interesting in that he was completely focused on my dealing with my husband as a patient, as opposed to my dealing with my husband being soon to not be my husband anymore. So that was not productive. Went to the doctor with chest pains, and in the course of that, he told me that his father had just passed away of the same thing that my husband had, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, I definitely hit the gym. Let's take care of this. You've got some issues here. Let's look at that. And how would you feel about Xanax? I go, I don't know. How would I feel about Xanax? He's like, well, we'll try the lowest dosage, very small amount. And it was, holy moly! Drugs are a fine thing. It would take the stress from 10,000% to 9,950%. But oh my God, that fractional drop in anxiety just made it down to, I can get through this. Drugs are amazing. Yeah, no, I just ignore them there, Satalia. I will make them go away later. This doctor had people skills. What the heck? I was just blown away. And so I went back this week to follow up and not get any more Xanax, but to tell him what's going on. And he just talked to me for like 10 minutes, telling me about how he dealt with the grief and the anxiety and the fear and everything when he was going through it just a few months before. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I like this doctor. And I worked for years with doctors, and they weren't like that. And my husband's doctors weren't like that. So, amazing. I know, people skills. I worked in a teaching hospital, the University of Chicago Hospitals, and one of the things I did in addition to my work was to help doctors. I actually sat down with them to work on people skills and bedside manner, because it wasn't something they were good at. They were good at the technical stuff. And honestly, what I did, I was great at the technical stuff because my patients were unconscious when I was dealing with them, which makes life really easy. They're not going to complain. They're not going to tell you that they're cold or that they're going to throw up on you because they're asleep. Much easier than when they were awake. They weren't so fun when they were awake. So at the moment I'm running off one monitor, so I'm watching guys on my little phone, which is interesting to try and follow the chat on the phone. It's in a little tiny script. Yeah, so I always wonder, if you buy your followers and your viewers and all that stuff, is it like buying mailing lists for websites, which is a big no-no? And if they weren't unconscious, Mom, fix that. Yeah, actually, Satalia, you're a lot closer to the truth than you might think. We had a patient in liver failure, 13-year-old kid in liver failure. And so they were going to do a liver transplant, which the hospital is noted for. But prior to doing that, they wanted to basically detoxify his blood by doing plasma exchanges. So we're going to rinse off all of his plasma and give him all fresh plasma, which takes about 4 hours, with a patient who is cooperating. This kid was in pain and not making any sense and just thrashing all over. He's 13 years old and a football player. So we had a couple of interns lying on his legs and one lying over his chest to keep him from pulling the lines out, because we had implanted lines in him, and he was trying to pull the lines out of his leg. And the pediatrician, because this 13-year-old, comes by and said, well, I can give him this, but it's plasma bound, so you're just going to wash it off. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, then he'd be unconscious. Yeah. And the problem here is, well, I can do that if you like. Thank you. Yes, that would be really convenient. But that kid was incredibly strong. He was in so much pain. He's literally throwing interns off of him. So yeah, they did give it to him. And afterwards, she's like, you're just going to wash it off with the plasma coming off of him. I'm like, yeah, and you can keep giving it to him. We'll be fine. This is going to work out. We're going to be good. It was a very long Saturday afternoon, to put it mildly. And the thing is, with what we did, though, we would see the patients at the worst moments of their lives, usually as they're very close to dying. And we didn't get to see them afterwards. And I can't go into telling you people I met doing this, but because the University of Chicago Hospitals is a teaching hospital doing cutting-edge stuff, I met people, a fair number of famous people, who had family members at that hospital. And I'd be looking through the charts the next day, pulling out my stuff and going, hold on, I know this person. I just saw her on Star Trek the other night. And, they'd call at some point. I'm like, hold on, were you on Star Trek? She'd be like, yes. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, yeah, back to your patient. Back to your family member. And I can't go into it in too much detail, but I still see those people sometimes at the conventions. Like, hi, how's your sister doing? How's your brother doing? And they give you that weird look of, how do you know my brother and my sister? Always fun. What are we going to do, folks? Or do you want me to go ahead and do these exciting missions here? What have we got to do here? Those are all done, thank goodness. Age of Discovery, all done. I don't honestly want to go and play Jaula's... No, thank goodness I don't have to. Klingon Civil War. I do not want to go play Knowledge is Power. I'm sorry, that one... I love the actor who's playing whatever his name is, but I don't like that mission. Leap of Faith is a fun mission. It's more fun if you do it with a team, though. You do things with a team, you just gang up and there's 25 of you. Which one is the Curland Here episode? By the way, the cheap wine of the evening is a Marlborough, New Zealand white called Crossings, which I love. It is cheap. And for a long time I could only get it at Binny's in Chicago, and then I was here at the Kroger and they carry it. Well, Satalia, I can't do the Curland Here episode without you telling me which one it is. Oh, where you space up on DS9, that would be Step Between Stars? No. Step Between Stars. Is it, how far back? That goes back a ways, doesn't it? Not Signs and Portents. It's way back there. It's not Delta Quadrant. Solanae? No, Step Between Stars is that one. Not New Romulus-Borg Advance? Oh, somebody help me out with this one. You know what? Maybe it's only in the availables. Boldly They Rode. It was Boldly They Rode. Is that the one? You blew yourself up. That's good. Congratulations. I've done stupid. I have done stupid. I haven't blown myself up, but I will do things like, yeah, I'm invulnerable. I'll go stand next to the ship right here, and yeah, who cares if the core breaches? Let's see if I've done this one. Boldly They Rode on this one. Boldly They Rode. Done it twice. Best time is 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 43 seconds. Good. I wonder if I've got another tune who hasn't done that one. Ed and I did that a couple of months ago, and that was when I discovered that my Jem'Hadar Dundee had a different keybind for his ground stuff, so he couldn't jump when he hit spacebar. I had to go back in and reprogram the keybind every single time I went to him. Let's see if he's still having that issue. So there's a couple places where you have to jump, and I couldn't. Let's see if he can jump yet. No. This tune cannot jump. So he's in RPG keybinds, shooter keybinds. If I put him in shooter keybinds, he can jump. But I hate shooter keybinds, no thank you. Alright, let's go find somebody who hasn't done that. Let's see if Pinky's done that one. I know Zahn hasn't, but Zahn hasn't gotten to that one. So back in the day, Boldly They Rode had a really cool prize, and then, I want to say about 6 years ago, Krillin the Krillin Frog. I have not seen the Krillin Frog. About 6-7 years ago, that same prize was made available only if you did Boldly They Rode. I don't remember what it was. Let's get out of there. So I went back and redid it on all of my tunes. Boldly. To boldly jump. Oh! Let's see if it's in here. I'm not seeing it in here. Interesting. Oh my goodness. Have I not done Nimbus on this one? Oh my. Okay, so to get to Boldly They Rode. Is that through Galaxy at Large? Well, it says I've done Galaxy at Large, so that should open up everything in available, I think. Okay, how do we get this one? Oh, we have to do the facility. It's the Lost Dominion arc, so there's a lot to do to get to that one. Not that it's terribly hard. There we go.
We're holding a conference.
Priority clearance recognition, Alpha 1.
Hey, Board King, thank you so much. Thank you, by the way, for posting those lovely pictures, Board King. Board King's been putting up some awesome pictures on his Facebook of the gorgeous part of the world he lives in. I was driving back from Chicago to Indy yesterday. Did we come down yesterday, Evil Doggos? Yes, they said yes. And I'm coming down the expressway, and I see where there used to be a farm, and now there's a pile of debris, and thinking, oh, that's where the tornado was. What a surprise. I mean, the good news is nobody was hurt. The bad news is, what a mess. It was just, there had been a barn, and now there was just scattered debris from a house everywhere. Okay, so that was not very exciting. Was that it? We just go there? No, that's not the one. Wow. Lots of stuff I don't know. All right, so what happens from that one? What comes after that arc? Let's see. So it's preceded by Facility 4028. 4028 is preceded. Oh, God. No. No. Nobody, nope, 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 of Bajor. We've got some real nobody episodes here. Second wave. That's the one that precedes it. Now I think I remember why we never got to that one. Hi there, Fifi.
By now, you've...
So this arc... That's fine. Bajor is yours. Of Bajor. Of Bajor is not my favorite episode, followed by Operation Gamma, the slam your head into the desk episode. At Board King, I've been doing about what you'd expect. I've been in denial and taking drugs. Speaking of which, okay, so I'm in Indiana where you cannot do weed legally, so I would never do it here. I never would do it here. But back in Illinois, where it is legal, I did get some gummies. And I do not do drugs, and I do not do them well. So I took a gummy, and the guy was like, start with a half a gummy, and make sure you have a meal first. And make sure you don't have to do anything for the rest of the day, because if you don't do this, this might not be a great situation. Well, I followed his directions. I ate a full meal, made sure I had nothing else to do. Hubs was in the hospital. I knew he was in good care at this time. Made sure the dogs had been out on a walk. I started dinner. I was just going to make couscous and something else that was in the oven. I didn't have to cook anything, and I ate the gummy. And within 5 minutes, I knew this was bad. I could not figure out how to finish making the instant couscous. All you had to do was turn off the heat, dump in the mix, give it a stir, cover it, and eat it. It was too much. I figured out how to turn off the stove. Thank God. I would have called my brother-in-law if I hadn't figured that part out. Everything else was beyond me. After a while, I realized I had no feet. They were there. I could see them on the bottom of my legs. So not a good way to deal with the stress, and so the little container of gummies is still sitting there on the counter at home. The other night was very stressful, and I'm like, nah, it's not that stressful. Was it, Fifi? It was not that stressful. So hopefully somebody will come into my house and take them away. So Satalia, when you come steal my furniture, you can steal all my gummies too. DS9. I love DS9 and didn't like DS9. Not disliked it, but didn't like it because it was being shown in Chicago on WGN on Saturday afternoons. Perfect until baseball season, because the Cubs are on WGN on Saturday afternoons in baseball season. So they would take that episode and they'd show it another time, but they weren't going to tell you when they were going to show it. So sometimes it was Sunday at midnight, or Tuesday at 2 in the morning. Or you didn't know when it was. So I got to see all of season 1 pretty much on time. And after that, it was just kind of picking them up here and there. So when Hubs was home, he would watch it every single night. And I was then home like 3 nights a week at that point. So I'm just really starting to catch up on it now. Some of the episodes that are considered to be classics I've seen. But it's weird, the episodes that aren't on as
Priority
much,
clearance recognition, Alpha
I'm really
1.
enjoying actually quite a bit. Oh, hey, it's a Frost. You're driving. Okay, it's cool, Frost. You're allowed to drive. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I had thought about going back to Chicago tomorrow because I could do my show, then throw the dogs in the car and listen to 10 Forward while I was driving. If I'm sitting here, I won't sit down and watch it. I have to listen to it, and I don't get to enjoy the images as much, but I feel guilty if I'm not doing something. I'm working on that. That's a really bad habit. If you're like me and you feel like you have to do something at all times, I'm going to tell you right now, when your life is over, when the days are coming to an end, you'll not wonder about sitting around not doing anything and wondering why you had to do something at all times. Girls, you're just out. The dogs are complaining that they want to go out even though they were just out. Eating bacon. Yes, you'll complain if you don't spend enough time eating bacon, but just sitting around doing stuff? Yeah. Why did you burn yourself today, Board King? Oh, and Board King, I'm cosplaying for Vegas if I get to go to Vegas this year. I have 2 costumes that I'm working on. But I'm not doing the wigs. Alright, what do I have to do here? Disarming diplomats. Oh, please don't tell me this is one where I have to go and talk to these people and go get them stuff. No, I hate those episodes. Go talk to a person. I'm not going to talk to Morn.
This could be your day.
Then you have to go find things. And, oh, I hate episodes like that. Fetch quests. Those things.
My
Yep.
name is Sarah, and I speak for the Deferi.
Ed and I did these a couple of weeks ago. Now I remember why I didn't like doing these. It's before they had a... Oh, that kind of burn. Okay. Oh, well, it was warm here today. It was like 60 degrees. It wasn't that warm. It was nice, though. I mean, I went out to the gardens for a little bit.
Welcome to DS9. I'm coming.
Okay. Find Garrick. It was so funny, Borg King. My bosses were just in Utah and just came back yesterday. There's Garrick. Hi, Garrick.
I'm looking forward to the conference. I'm sure the discussion on the Borg will be... If you will recall, I'm reminded of an associate of mine.
Okay, the Finding Kanar
Bayshore.
thing. Yeah. Alright, where do I go for Kanar? Nope, I don't think this is the person I want. Oh, back to Quarks. I do love old DS9 though. It's so spacious. Hi, Sav. So it was reasonably cold when I left Chicago yesterday afternoon, to the extent that I took my parka with, just in case. Left it in the car. It's still in the car. Settled for wearing a couple of t-shirts or a couple of sweatshirts this morning to take the dogs out. It's alternating between being very pleasant with sweatshirt and needing a coat for the mornings. Your drain boat? Prune juice and Caro syrup for Kanar. Yeah, but I'm not going to eat that, Borg King. Ugh.
Greetings. My name is Sarah, and I just returned from a diplomatic mission to Cardassia Prime and was given a bottle of some liquor they call Kanar.
So now I have Kanar. Okay, I've got the good stuff. That seemed easier than I remember it. Don't need no stinking shield, Sav. Oh, let's go this way. Shields are for the weak.
I'm looking forward to the... If you will recall, we dismantled our military after the Dominion War. Impressive.
Alright, got that one done. Whew! Now can we go do something? Now we gotta go find Stas. So this old room here that we don't get to ever go to anymore, this used to be my favorite spot for finding red particles. Speaking of red particles, I wonder if I have any. Oh, apparently I've never done anything with Pinky in the R&D. Oh well. Alright, so why am I here? Well, let's do this first. So I'm actually... Ooh, still get extra dilithium. Yay! Yeah, I would imagine that prune juice and Caro syrup would be... Ugh. Okay, so here we go into the regional thing. Do you guys say Caro syrup or Caro syrup? get up to his height there.
I was informed you... That is troubling.
Okay, well that was exciting. At least I didn't have to go buy him stuff. So it's kind of a... You should name it Dwayne. Why is Wednesday super important aside from the freebies? Or is there a reason aside from freebies that Wednesday is important? I mean, freebies are always good, but... Where am I going this time? Let's see, I need to speak with the conference attendee, so am I going up? Oh. Back to Sarah. Man, this guy. Why can't he just talk to me once? You're turning 6 again. Okay.
Greetings. My name is Sarah. I understand. I must
Oh
find
God, now I have
something
to do
with
this
my
thing.
free time.
Okay. Who do I have to talk to get this one? Find the conference speaker. Hi, children. How does an ageless being reverse in age? That's an excellent question. So
What can I get for you? Sorry, I can't help you there. The only way you're going to get a reservation for today is by traveling. I don't have any problem with that, as long as it doesn't make any problems for me.
Okay. Let's see if we can figure this one out here. Talk to our patron. Tempting. Tempting, tempting. Apparently I can't go through that wall. Well, that didn't work. Maybe Morn would be willing to give us up. Oh my God, this is another one of those. Go here, do that. Go here, do that. Let's see. Now go talk to potential buyers. Give me a clue. Does this guy want to talk about him? No. That's that guy. Think I need to leave there? Think I need to go upstairs? Where shall I go? Sav is a force of nature. Yes, that is so true. No, I should be talking to somebody up here. But it's not Sarah. It's not, I don't think it's Morn. Should I talk to Morn? Apparently not. I don't think it's Czar. Let's see if we need to leave here. Oh, yes, there we go. We need to go talk with some people. Well, so much for that idea. Let's talk to this guy. Reverse ratcheting hypo spanners. Yes. Yes, we all need those. Here? No. Next room up. Yes, you do indeed hear a doggo. Can you say hello? Can you say something? Speak. Speak. Go ahead, speak. Great, they're both quiet now. Fifi, can you say something? Lolo, can you say something? Yeah, when you want them to talk, they don't say anything. So Fifi is my pit bull. There we go. That's Loki. Loki is not my dog. Loki is rental doggy. For those of you who remember Farnsworth, Loki belongs to Farnsworth. But I have her for the foreseeable future. She's a 5-pound Papillon. And Fifi is my 60-pound pit bull.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Hi. She is a cutie, Saf. And how are you doing?
I'm trying to get over whatever allergies I have.
Ugh. God, yeah. We're still a couple of weeks before allergy season here.
Not here because we
How many do you
go
have?
last week.
We've made in.
Yeah, I'm in good shape. Usually right up until, I'm going to say 2 weeks from now when everything starts to blossom. And it will be medication time. Lots and lots of Benadryl type stuff. Alright, so I found somebody who wants these. Now I have to go back and talk to that person. I don't even remember who wanted this. Oh, I have to go talk to Czar in the bar. Czar in the bar. Sounds like a Danny Thomas. Or not Danny Thomas. Danny... Who was the comedic actor? Danny...
DeVito?
No. Singer, dancer. Let's see.
Oh, from the TNG episode.
No.
Right?
No.
Oh.
Danny Kaye.
Who?
Danny Kaye. Thank you,
Don't know who that
Frost. You'd
Don't know who
recognize
that
him.
is.
You would probably recognize him. 1950s, early 60s. Very interesting actor. There we go. Okay, we got that. Now let's go talk to this guy. What, I can't go trade him back? I thought he wanted... No, he's not the one. Sarah wanted it. That's right. There we go.
Greetings. My name is Sarah.
What? He doesn't want the stupid... That's Fifi. Nope. So now where am I going? I'm over here, apparently. Why am I going here now?
My apologies. I've been in Starfleet.
Oh, okay. Well, I dropped it somehow. Yay! Good, because I'm really tired of that. Chasing things around. So, Borking, it's sunny enough for you to actually get a sunburn?
It's 82 degrees here today.
Yeah, but it's a sun thing, not a temperature thing.
No, it's like bright. It was hot today. I mean, we had some nice weather last week, and then all of a sudden we got hit with snow.
Yeah, I heard about the snow.
That you all agreed to join us here today.
I heard all about the snow, and then for it to be 80. So do you get snow where you are?
Attacks are increasing.
Yeah.
If
I
we
don't
are
know.
left unchecked,
I got was it
the entire Alpha Quadrant
back in either their President's Day or Valentine's Day weekend. I can't remember the they all work together. We got like a foot of snow in like 3 days. You saw the pictures I put on Facebook.
Yeah, I just
It all melted in 1 day after I took the picture. That's how, because it's just direct sunlight. We don't have like trees.
Yeah, I will
Round
say it's absolutely gorgeous where you live. So sad, my pity, Ophelia, is white and brown, and not dumber than a bat full of hammers, but right down there with not being the smartest dog. She's afraid of the laundry or the washing machine.
The might of the Klingon Empire.
I've gotten her used to, if I put clothes into the washer, she gets terrified, and then she remembers that, oh, Mom's going to take me out for an hour-long walk while the clothes get washed.
I do not want to be assimilated, but I don't...
Not quite sure what's going on with that dialogue, but we'll skip that.
Something you wanted to add to
All right, how are we going to do this? Let's see. The Klingons would be foolish to ignore the fight. The Cardassians will be weakened. Balance can only be preserved. I'll start with that one.
Starfleet will do everything we can to protect the Federation and its allies. However, we fought the Borg alone before.
Now,
Yeah.
did you have something
Well,
you
so
wanted
much
to
for
add to
that
this
one.
discussion?
Starfleet isn't going to join.
Be careful. You are dangerously close to insulting.
Let's see if I can
Do not
insult the
presume
Klingons.
To know what our honor, full strength. Ha! The might of the Klingon Empire.
Have you been watching Picard?
I
You watching
have,
it?
yes.
What does the Empire?
I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen this
Now,
Thursday. What's behind the red door? Probably
I
spoil it.
think I know.
My world is one balance.
Let's see if I've managed to
Comes in
offend
many
everybody so far.
let's take
So far, so good. I've managed to tick off everybody. Woohoo! I think I know what's behind the door. Yes, exactly. Sav has got it. The pellet with the poisons in the vessel with the pestle. The chalice from the palace has the brew. That is true. Thank you, Sav. Yes, that is it.
Oh, for what's behind the door?
No. It's a line from a movie Danny Kaye was in called The Court Jester.
It's a Dominion
Oh.
fleet. They're charging weapons.
But I can't say because I don't want to ruin it, but I think there's enough clues that are given away. But if you haven't seen it and I tell you what I'm thinking, you're going to figure it out. Frost is cute. He's just hanging out. Either that or Wesley. Nope. Nope. Nobody. Nope. 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 In my opinion. In my humble opinion. That's not
See, me
what
and my
it is.
friend, when we go out hiking, we have this. We talk about theories about the next Picard episode.
Yeah. Well, they're doing it right. They're generating interest in it.
Yeah, because I've heard a lot of different theories. Some of them are possible.
Yeah.
Some of them are.
Mine's possible. Mine's doable. I can make the numbers work. And a high 47 Alpha Tango who says the drug in the jug and the candle with the handle. And Satalia says, I know what's behind the red door. My entire stash of puns. I think there was a huge... Well, there's two clues that were given away that I think were kind of obvious, in my opinion.
The power race?
No.
Because that's one. That's the one I've been hearing.
Well, what happens when we see things through Jack's eyes? What happens to the camera position? Or the camera position and the camera effect?
There's this like that black web stuff that goes towards the door.
But the camera effect, and that's an effect we've seen before in the series, and it's always associated with something very specific. And Sav, I agree with you. And the other thing was where Jack and Seven are standing together, and Vedic says something.
But Vedic says it's something that pertains to U7, and I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, see, I agree.
It has to do with the Delta Quadrant.
I don't know if it's got anything to do with the Delta Quadrant.
What other species has a telepathic power?
Quite a few, actually.
But which one? Okay, have you seen Voyager?
Yes, I have seen Voyager.
Remember that that episode with species 8472 that had the recreation of Starfleet?
Well, my argument against that is they're pulling that in the last 2 episodes of a 10-episode arc. I mean, there's Deus Ex Machina, and then there's Deus Ex Machina. And I think it's a little too Machina. It's a little too contrived to pull it in that close to the last 2 episodes. Alright, yay, I've got new toys. Why am I going over here? Nope, I can't do that one. I'm not engineering. Okay.
That's just my theory with that.
Yeah, I don't want to go what I'm thinking, but I think Sav knows where I'm going with that one. And
but there's also another theory which is the name of the title of the next episode.
What is the title of the next episode?
Vox.
Vox? Yes.
VOX.
Yeah.
I
think that's a really good clue for what I think too.
And there's one. Okay, if you ever read any of the Star Trek novels, there was a character called Vox in one of the books, and it was in the Return.
In the Return, hold it. The Return with Kirk.
Yeah.
I don't remember Vox being in that one, but it's been a long.
No, in the episode, or in the book, I was reading it, and when the Borg assimilated the dead Captain Kirk, they resurrected him, assimilated him, and he became. He said, "I am a Vox."
Vox, yeah, I'm the voice, right? I speak, which, by the way, is very similar to what locutus means.
Yeah. But see, I've also heard that the return of Artemis. That's one of the theories I've heard.
Oh, that one I hadn't heard. That's interesting. Speaking of our favorite K-Rose syrup, and what was the other one? What did they use for the black? It wasn't ink. Mucilage.
Oh.
But yeah, no, that would be again too much Deus Ex Machina. Too much throwing something in at the last minute without leading up to it. But the thing is the pizza face thing.
Pizza face?
Yeah, the thing that Vedic talks to. The thing that looks like it's a face made out of pizza. What is that? That messes with the whole thing.
Wait, when did Data talk to a pizza face?
Not Data. Vedic.
Oh.
Remember she's talking to
her... yeah, the guy, I think that looks like Snoke from the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, somebody described him as pizza face. You know, sauce and cheese melted.
That looks like the face of the Undine.
No, it doesn't. Does it?
Yes.
Really? No.
Or Species 8472, whatever you want to call it.
Am I on the wrong side here? Is this where I want to be going? No, I don't want to be down here, do I? I don't think I want to be down here. No. I want to be on the other side. Come on. Gotta go to the other side, guys. Pizza the Hut, yes. Vadic? I thought it was Vedic. Is it Vadic?
I heard it's called Vadic.
Okay. Vadic. Fifi, it is... We're just out. We will go out in a few minutes, dear. So I guess we'll find out a little bit more with the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just am hoping that they don't kill off any of the really fun characters. Obviously, I don't want anybody from the original series to get killed off.
You remember when I went to go talk to Denise Crosby at the convention? And I asked her, so are you going to be in the next in this series of Picard as Sayla? She's like, no, Sayla's not going to be in it, but there's something special that's going to be in there.
Wow.
And then it went up when Data was holding up that holographic image of Yar. I'm like, oh,
you knew
that's
before us all.
But there's also, you know what? Maybe Data might create a synthetic Tasha Yar.
That could be interesting, but I don't think he's going to do it in 2 episodes. That's it. I mean, there's so many wonderful stories they could do if they were going to go on for more than 10 episodes, but it's 10 episodes. So the next series, in my opinion, should be Seven and Shaw.
I'm actually starting to like Shaw.
I'm really starting to like Shaw. I hated him in the first one. The second one, okay,
yeah,
a little bit more in the third
yeah,
one.
I was like, well, the first 2 episodes, he was just how 7 and 9 put it. He was a dick.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then after you get to know his background story and why he was, pretty much why he acted the way he is,
it's a well-written character.
Yeah, I want to see more of him.
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, is the guy who plays Shaw really from Chicago, or is that just something they made up? Does anybody know?
I think
Well, it's Cetalia. He keeps calling her Hanson, so I'm hoping in the last episode he just calls her Seven. I think that would be just a lovely touch. I would take that as one of the nice things, and they're woke enough people that they would know that that would be correct. But, Sav, in case you weren't aware, we actually created a new fleet called the Dipshits from Chicago.
Dipshits from Chicago.
Yeah. So they're part of our armada now. We haven't done anything, but I have to come up with the various levels for each of them, and I'm thinking, you know, the commanders will have to be the grease monkeys. But I still have to come up with the other 6 levels, which means I'm going to have to go back and watch Picard again. Poor me. Poor suffering me.
You want to know if the actor's from Chicago, right?
Yeah, well, what's his name? Is Todd Stanwyck? Something
Yeah,
like that.
I'm actually looking at his
Oh, Admiral will be a
IMDb.
double dipshit. Yes, quite good, Sop. Thank you. Grease Monkey will be...
a dipshit from... A dipshit from... It doesn't say where he was born. It just says he was born on October 16th,
And he
1968.
Which year?
1968.
Wow. Okay, young kid.
He's 10 years older than me. Well,
He's younger than I am, so we'll go with that one. Yeah, I'm going to move my phone over here. No, I guess I can move my phone there. What's his name again? Todd?
Stashwick.
Stashwick. He's born in Chicago.
Okay.
Yay!
He was in Star Trek Enterprise.
Was he?
He played Talok in the episode Kirshara.
Okay.
He was a Vulcan.
Really?
No, he was a Romulan. He was a Romulan.
Yeah, I see that here now.
I didn't know that.
He's in 12 Monkeys, and let's see, born in Chicago. Oh my God, he went to Hoffman Estates High School. That's like 4 miles from where I live. Holy moly. Good. Well, if he's ever at a convention, I'll be like, dude, I'm from Elgin. Went to Elk Grove. You went to Hoffman. We hate each other. You know, Hoffman and Elk Grove. Too close to each other so we can... Everybody has always competed.
Harry Farrell is from my hometown.
And where's that?
Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no one actually from... Oh, that's not true. The guy who did Papa John's Pizzas is from Elgin, which, you know, isn't exactly claim to fame, in my opinion.
Wait, how do you spell Elgin?
E-L-G-I-N.
E-L-G-I-N. Was it Illinois?
Yes. You're not missing anything if you haven't ever heard of it before. We have no claims to fame. Okay, I need to assist the Opaka. Let's go over there and assist the Opaka.
You mean Opaka Kira? Oh, no, the other Opaka.
There's a ship here, the Opaka. That I'm trying
to the Opaka.
Oh, I just realized it. Then we have to go over and assist the Fletcher. Which I presume was named... Well, Louise Fletcher, who played Kai Wynn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that's why they named it that and not after Jessica Fletcher. If it was Jessica Fletcher, everybody would die.
Fletcher die?
No, you know how... Yeah, she did actually just pass away very recently.
Wow, I didn't know that.
She was quite old. Hey, I saved the Opaka.
I know Opaka passed away last year, the year before.
Right, yeah. But yeah, I think I read that Jessica Fletcher, Angela Lansbury just passed away very recently.
Yeah, Angela Haverspray passed away.
Not that long ago.
Now I gotta look that up.
You have to go look these things up. Sav, that is incorrect. You cannot name your ship the USS Spaceball 1. You have to name your ship the invalid entity name.
Spaceball 3. What I would do, Spaceball 3. She died on October 11th last year.
Yeah, I thought it was
She was
recent.
96 years old.
How old is she?
She was 96.
Wow. I will say that's one of the things that just ticked off my husband. He realized he was going to die in his 70s. And he's like, even my dad, who never did anything for his own health in his life, made it into his 80s. But no.
Okay, Louise Fletcher died September 23rd last year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remembered that she died, and Kaiopaka also died last year. I can't remember her name.
Oh, Camille.
Yes.
That's her name. Because she was on Friends, because she had that.
She was on a lot of stuff.
But she had a funny altercation with Jennifer Aniston in the scene, trying to steal it was the laundry basket. It was the washer.
Yes, Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote, Satalia. So we were talking about that at work today. If you are a red shirt and you have one line on an away mission, you know you're going to die. If you live or are visiting a place and Jessica Fletcher shows up, you know something bad's going to happen to you. So you kind of have to get out of there. And there's something else along those same lines.
What's going on?
Captain.
Oh, you're going to turn it into a Mega Maid. Excellent. You need to name it the Mega Maid then.
This station and all remaining souls on it are now under our
Yes, dear,
control.
I know. We were just out before I started this. And I will take you out when we're done here. Where are we at? 8:30. The children are begging me to leave here. So, might have to make this a little bit shorter evening than planned. Can you bear with me a little bit? Oh, let's see. What did we get for that mission? 576 dilithium stuff I don't need. And some Jem'Hadar stuff. Let's see what that's worth. It's not worth anything. I will take a pistol. There we go. And next is Of Bajor. The only thing that's good about Of Bajor is there is an accolade that you can only get through this mission. And I think... Oh, that hurt.
What happened?
The dog barked and hit at just the right level that the entire room just resonated. Ouch.
We didn't hear the bark.
How could you not hear that? Did everybody hear that bark? Or was it just me? Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, it actually muted out the bark.
Yay! She also makes this ultrasonic whine, usually while I'm driving the car, going, seriously? Thank you. Sav heard it, and not even through the microphone. She heard it in real life. Yes, I know. Be patient, little girl. Mom's hearing voices, yeah. Back in the day when I was working at a hospital, as I was mentioning earlier, I had my pager with me at all times because, you never know when they're going to call you into the hospital to go do something. And I would put the pager down next to my bed, and I could hear it going off even if I turned down the volume because I had to be awake enough to hear it when I was on call. And then even a year later, when I was no longer on call and working for a different company and not having a pager, I could still hear it going off all the time. I was working for a different physician then. He's like, that's kind of a sign of psychosis. And I'm like, oh, so not a good thing. He's like, no, not a good thing. Maybe we should get that checked out. That's okay. It's not like I'm answering it. I just hear it.
It was funny when I moved into my new place that you've been to my place.
Yes.
The first 3 weeks, of course, my landlord warned me that you'll be hearing cows moo, so don't worry about that. and I'd have my phone right by my bed because I use it as an alarm clock.
Yeah.
And I'd be laying there, and all of a sudden you hear this, and I'm like, is my phone buzzing? And I'm like, huh, okay. And I lay down, and it sounded, the mooing of the cows sounded like my phone was like buzzing.
What was it?
It was the cows mooing.
Oh, it really was cows mooing.
Yeah, it was really cows mooing. I thought my phone was like going off for no reason. I'm like, what is going on? And I get up and I'm looking at my phone. And all of a sudden, I hear the same sound. I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, oh, those cows.
I went to.
Now I've drowned them out. I'm used to them now.
Yeah. Well, when I lived in Batavia, Illinois, or worked in Batavia, it wasn't zoned pretty much, so you could build just about anything you wanted to any place. So I would walk out of the building where I was teaching my martial arts school, which was joining a cement factory right behind us, and people right across the street had another factory, and right next to them people were raising chickens. So you'd walk out at 4 p.m. and you'd hear the roosters crowing, and it was just out of place. Trains would come through and then the roosters would crow. And I'm like, okay, this is an interesting town.
Sounds like my hometown where I used to live.
Well, I grew up somewhat in a farmy area, so hearing cows wasn't that unusual. Though I suppose if I woke up these days and heard cows, we definitely would have a talk with the downstairs neighbors. And Frost is home. Congratulations, Frost. Woohoo! Hey, for tomorrow, folks, we're going to be on from 5 till 7:30-ish. So
morning or night?
In the morning, leading up to 10 forward. So you guys can still watch your 10 forward and come hang out with us for a little bit. And I are going to the DNI Con in Philadelphia, and that is the beginning of May.
Oh, by the way, there is a Comic-Con in Salt Lake City.
There's a what con?
Comic-Con, but it's like very packed. That's the problem with that one.
Probably out of the budget for this year, since I looked at the numbers for this year with, the 2 houses, 2 apartments thing going on, 2 cars, and trying to figure out the logistics of money. So this is not going to be a convention year. I'm kind of relieved there's no official Star Trek conventions going on. But yeah, DNICon is the 5th through the 7th in Philadelphia. So if you guys are going to join us, the prices for the tickets are really reasonable. I will be out there on the 4th for an event that night, and we will have a table, 2 tables actually, at the convention. So please come and visit us. It looks like it'll be really good. Okay. I don't know if Noah will be there. I haven't seen his name pop up on anything, but it would be really cool. And if you were involved in Noah's Kickstarter for his movie Type 1, it was really good. I don't know when he's going to release it.
I don't think he's on Twitch anymore.
He hasn't been on for a long time. He said he's been busy with real life. Somebody talked to him last week, but they had a baby. He's been getting this movie Type 1 ready to go out.
Oh, and Mary had a baby?
I think she had a baby, yeah, didn't she?
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I thought she was.
I know people were saying that she got a little bigger during the last season of Discovery, but I'm like, it looks the same to me. But she's only in a few episodes, so.
Let's see. Great, I just Googled it and then promptly turned off Mary. Let's see. I know she had a baby.
Excuse me.
Certainly. There's pictures of her baby, but it doesn't say anything else. Child. Yes, we'll go that way. Cute little baby. I'm going to presume that's theirs because it's under their images. I don't see any name, but adorable. And then they recently did the movie Type 1. So if you haven't seen that, I don't know if it's been released or if it was just for people who did the Kickstarter. It was really, really good. Really, really good. Yeah, I pledged some money on behalf of the fleet and got to watch that last week. I have never seen Baskets. Is that a movie or a series or a show?
What's Baskets?
I don't know. Dante said, did anyone ever see her in Baskets? She was a gothic clown and very funny. Well, I hope we do catch up with Noah at some point because he is just adorable. It says here, congratulate Frost for starting a new position as senior writer at Greater Candle Empowerment Services. Do you get to do that when it's your company, Frost? Baskets is a TV show with the fat Jesus guy from the Hangover movies. Okay, well, that doesn't help me. Zach Galifianakis? Is that who you're talking about, Dante?
Never seen The Hangover. So I don't know who.
I saw like 30 seconds of it, but the rare times I watch TV, I have a tendency to have the remote in my hand and be like, 10 seconds. No, something else. 10 seconds. No. Oh, that looks interesting. No, commercial. So don't actually watch anything for more than a moment.
Well, until we have more than one writer in Greater Candle, I am the senior writer. I mean, that's not a request or anything, but
you can hire me and I can be the junior writer, and then it'll look like you've got multiple employees.
Well, yeah, and I'm all for it. It's just I need to, get to that point where I can actually do that.
He went to professional French clown college and ends up in a circus. Zach also plays his rich, prissy brother, and it's pretty good. And Sav is apparently the gatekeeper. Hold on. Well, since I'm in Indiana, Dante, does that make me the keymaster of Hoosier? Well, I think I'm going to have to call it a night. I hate to say that, but the Hellspawn are going, please, 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 Mom, 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 Mom. I did take them out just before we did this. And my son took them out this afternoon. I took him out for a long walk this evening. Oh, Hoser. Well, I saw the I in there, and I'm thinking we're talking Hoosier, which I apparently can't spell either. There we go. Hoosiers. I have no idea why we're Hoosiers. I mean, I know the story, but I don't believe it. Normal states have things like, if you're from Illinois, you're an Illinoisian. If you're from Chicago, you're a Chicagoan. But no, in Indiana, we're Hoosiers. Go figure.
You're not a Hoosierian?
I'm not a Hoosierian. Of course, then one of my coworkers is a person who is originally from India, and now she's living in Indiana, so I'm trying to think, does that make her an Indianian? Indianian? All right, folks. Yeah, Illinois. Yes, definitely. Illinois is the doggos tonight. Well, I'm going to go take the Hellspawn out, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Shall we go raid somebody? Let us go raid someone tonight. I do appreciate everyone. Trying really hard.
You just had to lead the second I got here.
Well,
I understand how it is.
Yeah. Oh, Endeavor Game On is on. Well, you can hear them, and if I don't go deal with this, I'm never going to get any sleep tonight. So we're going to go raid Endeavor Game On, guys. And I'm going to go walk the doggos. And again, I'm going to try not to get sentimental and all cryy and all that stuff, because that's what I've been doing all day today, and I'm trying really hard to not to do this, but I love you guys. Go have a good night. We will talk to you tomorrow afternoon. And thank you all very much.
Well, thank you very much, Ron. Have a good night.
Oh my God. My dogs.